Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to Banished Souls. This is Cryptic Gaming. So, update, we're going to go over some of the things that are new to the season here. So, you probably have seen the last couple of videos. I may have had you scratching your head. Why did Cryptic come out, and why was he talking some bad things about what was going on in the game? Well, we'd lost a Battle Bark. Now, as you know, we do a lot of grinding, a lot of heavy grinding. When you lose out on some of your furniture and stuff, it can make you a little upset. So I wanted to get some quick results, and I have now gotten not just my ship back, all of my furniture and the weapons that were missing from that ship. Ubisoft made good on it, and I got all that back. Now I wanted to go over how do you get that done, because I noticed a lot of people said that they've made complaints they wasn't able to get that. So what I want to do is give you the tips and hints that you need to help you succeed in this game. So what do you need to do to make sure that if you lose a ship, whatever it is that causes that issue, you want to make sure that you're coming in here and you're going to your managed ship, and when you get a build that you like pretty good, you want to come in here and you want to go to like your weapons and take a screenshot of what you have on your weapons. Okay, you want to come in here and you want to go to your armor, take a screenshot of what you have for your armor. Then you want to come in here and you want to do a screenshot of your furniture as well. The cosmetics are always going to be in the game. You're not going to lose it. So we got our medicine cabinets back, campaigning screens, campaigning spirit lockers, scupper station. So the things that were, you know, from last season that are quite frankly kind of hard grinds, we did get those back. So very happy. Ubisoft made good on it. Wanted to give you the update on that. I do believe that's why we were able to get back our ship. They actually brought the ship back, and they had most of the stuff on it, but they did reimburse the materials in our mailbox as far as our cannons and stuff, so they would open up the mail and get our cannons out of there as well. So what I'm currently using for the build on it, I'm changing this up some. We're using Divine Thunder on it now. We're using the High Pang on the rear of it, and I still have a Warhammer on my auxiliary. I've been thinking about maybe putting that Dragon mortar on it, but I just really love the effect of this thing now. The taunt feature is pretty nice, so that's kind of why we switched that rear bombard out, so we can add taunt, because it reduces the amount of damage they're doing to you as long as you're under taunt. So if you got someone chasing you from behind, you can pop them with taunt, and that's going to make it so they're not doing as much damage to you. Maybe they're not busting your cells as bad and stuff in a PvP type setting. So it's some few little tips for you there. So update on that is complete. Want to talk a little bit more about some of the things in the game that I am excited about, was a little confused about, but have now figured out, talking with some of our guys over here in Discord. One of the things that I like the most about the season right now, we're starting to bring some of our stuff to 10s now. I still need one territory down here, but I'm not bringing everything to 10. Some of it I'm looking at, like for this area here, what I'm doing is I'm looking to see what the max payout. So we've kind of reached the max payout here. So about a 7 is probably as high as I'm going to go on some of that. Now, when you got some of these areas here, though, where you can get those nice payouts, but one of the things I'm mainly looking at is the collect profit. It has an auto collect system. That's not in all zones. It's not in all zones of every territory either. So you want to find where those are. You have to have a completed territory area here. So like the Red Isle, this territory right in here is now completely gathered. And if you come over to just anywhere in there, just have it hovering, you have a collect, an auto collect. But if you come to this one here, you notice there's not an auto collect. Same with this one, there's not an auto collect for this area here. So I will use ships to pick these areas here, but over here I don't have to use ships at all. That frees up quite a few ships to use in better areas. So like this zone here is almost completed. We don't have the auto collect feature yet, but this is one that will have an auto collection. If you see down at the bottom, it says auto collection, that little white box. So once I get this space here, that's going to free up these extra ships, and I can bring this up to a 10, so I can just sit here and just hit off an auto collect. The reason I don't use 10s is you have to, for the ships, is you typically need a level 12 to 13 ship, and I really don't want to upgrade a bunch of ships. I usually use 9s to 11s to pick up my 8s, so that's kind of what we're looking at on that. Again, slowing that down, explaining a little better. The auto collection system on the game, you have to have the entire area picked. As you see, we don't have all of the Red Isle, so it's not the entire zone. It's just the entire territory, which would be this territory right here. These territories not completed, but there's one over here. Seems like there's 3 over here in, yeah, so you'd have the southern area over here in the Indies. This area here. This area here. It looks like this zone up here too. So there's 4 territories in the Indies with auto collect, so that's going to be nice. I think we're going to have to focus on getting some of those, getting those built up. And also, obviously, we're still waiting on this to come up at San Jonah Foundry. I've not been having a lot of success with getting helm leases to drop, running the, your defenses and running the legendary heists and things like that. You get those gilded chests. Not got a lot of those, so hard drop rates it seems like right now, so you just kind of got to wait to see if definitely keep running them, because you might get that drop rate to get that helm lease. You can buy those helm leases also from Skurlock. 7,500 for Red Isles, 10,000 for the Africa and Indies as well, so you can potentially pick one up there. I try not to do that if I can, because I like to save that stuff for materials that we may need later. But you can also run buyouts that you already have. You can grab those and get those gilded chests there. Your defenses, you can get them that way as well. If you see a territory come up for a hostile takeover, now me personally, I try not to jump into one. If I see that someone is in it and they're trying to gather an area and I've already got that area, I don't jump into it, whether it's someone I know or not. Now if it's a territory that I need, so like if this come up and there was 2 guys in it, I would jump in there in a heartbeat just to see if I can get it. And you might end up getting lucky and they leave, or you might end up getting lucky and they get to fight it out. So that's some of the things that that's the fun of the game. I know there's a lot of people who get a little upset when you lose a hostile takeover, or if you come in and they lose it, is usually when they get upset. But it's not too big of a deal. So that's kind of the fun of the game. That is part of being a pirate in this game. So but that's kind of what we're looking at. So again, if you've had issues, do not just submit it as a ticket. What I recommend you do is when you submit a ticket, you have 48 hours. Okay, they're going to respond back. If you don't respond within 48 hours to that ticket, they're going to close it and consider the matter resolved. All right, so just come back and say, hey, the matter's not resolved. Make sure you're doing that I do it every 24 hours. Every day I would send in, hey, matter's not resolved, matter's not resolved, matter hasn't been resolved yet. And make sure that you're tagging in those screenshots as well. Here's what the issue is. And I finally got to where instead of having to type out what the issue was, I made a video talking about what it was. That's what those videos were, and I was sending the video links over to Ubisoft folks. That's where we got our results. We got not just our ship. They gave the ship back. They didn't just give me the ship back. They gave me the ship back with the cosmetic set up the way that it was. Now I had to put my weapons and stuff back on it, but that came in the mailbox. So it was nice to get my ship and get all my stuff back into the game. I heard it chime up that I'd received an item and went over, checked the stuff out, had the weapons, then had my ship there. So that's awesome that that's there. So I do recommend that you just take your time in the game if you can. You want to try and make sure that you're getting everything that you can, and because you're putting such a heavy grind in to get these items, to get these ships, to get the furnitures and the weapons, take that extra moment to get that screenshot. That way, if something happens, because it can. I didn't think it would happen to me. It's happened to a lot of people, and I was like, oh, it's not going to happen to me with these big massive losses of ships. But it finally did, and that's where I'm glad that now I had that screenshot was there. And don't get too upset when they try to give you to run around. Understand that's what's going to happen. You just have to continue. You're not talking to the same person, mind you, when you're dealing with the complaint department. It's just going to random folks. That's why you have to keep loading up those screenshots. You have to keep reminding them of what's going on. Make a video. Talk about the issue. That way when they send you a thing, well, what exactly is the issue again? You've got the video made up, just send them the link and let them know, hey, that video is up, so people know what's going on. I will update the video and let them know when y'all fix the issue, and they have fixed the issue. That is the that is what this video is about, mostly a few of the things in the game. So hope y'all enjoyed the video, guys, and we'll see you on the seas.